Todd and Julie Chrisley are opening up about their family dynamic in a new interview. The couple admits that their family is fiercely competitive, especially when it comes to Thanksgiving. TV shows Ace previously reported that Peacock premiered the family's new holiday special, Chrisley Knows Best Thanksgiving Special. In the new show, Chase Chrisley, Savannah Chrisley, Grayson Chrisley, and Chloe Chrisley learn how to cook. As fans know, Julie loves to cook and bake. They want all of her recipes and secrets. She is sharing some of her best recipes thanks to the help of her family. However, her kids took it one step further and turned it into a competition. Todd and Julie Chrisley spoke to Hollywood Life about their new holiday special. They were asked which kid would take over Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. That honor goes to Savannah Chrisley. I would say Savannah is probably the best at it right now because Savannah is great in the kitchen, Julie Chrisley told Hollywood Life. She's a good cook. She's a good baker. Chase enjoys cooking as well, so I would say probably Chase and Savannah are the ones that are the most interested at the moment. But Chloe loves to be in the kitchen with me too. Like Savannah, Julie is all about Thanksgiving. Todd says that he loves Christmas because he's a huge gift giver. He loves seeing his kids happy and the people around me happy. While Julie is gifted at cooking, Todd is literally gifted when it comes to gift giving. The Chrisleys want to keep the holiday cheer going. Not only do they have a Thanksgiving special, but they also have a Christmas special coming to Peacock. A very Chrisley Christmas will be available to stream on December 15. During the interview, Todd and Julie Chrisley talked about their kids. The Thanksgiving special shows Julie showing her kids how to cook some of her coveted dishes. The kids turn it into a competition in order to impress their mom. Well, our family is fiercely competitive, which we all love, Julie Chrisley said. It's about who's going to be the best helper in the kitchen, who's going to step up to the plate and be able to fill those shoes one day. Regardless of what happens, the Chrisleys make good use of the time they have together. Julie knows very well what her family likes around the holidays. She tries to keep them happy by having plenty of food on the table. She joked that cooking is her love language. As for Todd, he'll be staying out of the kitchen this year. I have never cooked a meal in my life, Todd admitted. I would love to tell you that I can make a great steak. I make a great hamburger. I can't make S**. I can't tell you anything that I could cook. Chrisley Knows Best Thanksgiving is streaming now on Peacock and will air on Thursday, November 25th on USA Network. Chrisley Knows Best airs Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on USA Network. Behind the gates of Southern charm and high-gloss family values, the Chrisleys have never been shy about their appetite for extravagance, drama, and family unity, all delivered with a side of perfectly timed sass. But beneath the rhinestone surface of their reality TV dynasty lies a different fuel: competition. For Todd and Julie Chrisley, parenting in the Chrisley Knows Best universe has never been about passive observation. It's been an all-out, high-stakes tournament of wit, ambition, and rivalry. In the Chrisley home, competition is not just a game. It's culture. It's instinct. It's inherited like fine bone structure and a taste for monogrammed everything. From board games to business ventures, from social media followers to who can get out the door the fastest in the morning, every member of the Chrisley clan, including the kids, seems wired to win. Todd and Julie may be the reigning heads of this uniquely Southern kingdom, but they've come to acknowledge that the fierce fire behind those bright smiles is often lit by competition, especially among their children. To the outside world, the Chrisleys projected an idealized version of American family life with a Southern twist, glitzy, loud, slightly over the top, but always returning to love and loyalty. Viewers tuned in for the hilariously polished patriarch, the no-nonsense matriarch, and the kids who brought their own blend of chaos and charisma to the screen. But like all families, what happened behind the scenes often painted a more textured picture. Beneath the glossy camera angles and scripted mischief was a family constantly testing its internal hierarchy. At the core of that competitive current is Todd Chrisley himself, once a successful real estate mogul, now known as much for his television persona as for his legal troubles. Todd has always viewed success as a scoreboard. Whether it's curating the perfect Instagram post, orchestrating a family business venture, or asserting his opinion in household debates, Todd has never approached anything passively. For him, excellence is not a suggestion, it's a mandate. His children, growing up in that environment, didn't stand a chance of escaping that energy. They absorbed it, repurposed it, and turned it into their own personal battlegrounds. Julie, on the other hand, brings a quieter intensity. Often viewed as the calm to Todd's chaos, she possesses a brand of determination that's less overt, but just as potent. In private, she has admitted that her own upbringing fostered a strong drive to outwork, outlast, and outperform, not through showmanship, but through resilience. Her insistence on order, control, and preparation shaped her children in ways they may not have even realized until adulthood. Julie's form of competition is steeped in discipline, the kind that doesn't seek trophies but expects results. Among their 5 children, competitive streaks vary in form but not in presence. Savannah, for instance, has become the most publicly visible of the Chrisley children, carving out her own identity as a beauty pageant queen turned businesswoman and influencer. For her, the race is as much internal as it is external, always pushing herself to evolve and surpass expectations, while living under the shadow of her family's name. Her ventures into fashion and beauty weren't just personal dreams, they were strategic moves in a family where individual success is both celebrated and silently measured. Chase, the golden boy with a mischievous glint in his eye, often gives the impression of being more laid back, the jokester who doesn't take anything too seriously. But those close to the family say Chase's humor masks a deep desire to prove himself. He doesn't want to win in the same way Savannah does, but he wants to be seen as capable, as a Chrisley who can stand on his own. Whether it's outperforming his siblings in family pranks or launching business ventures of his own, Chase's ambition is veiled but present. He competes not to dominate, but to belong. Even the youngest children, Grayson and Chloe, have shown signs of this inherited drive. Grayson, despite his age, has often been portrayed as mature beyond his years, a trait no doubt accelerated by growing up in the reality spotlight. That maturity, however, often conceals the pressure he may feel to meet the standards set by the older siblings. Chloe, who has become a symbolic centerpiece of the family's renewed focus in recent years, exhibits a charisma and intelligence that seem destined to play out in similarly ambitious ways. This competitiveness, Todd and Julie admit, has both bonded and challenged the family. On the one hand, it has fueled ambition and independence, traits they value and encouraged from the beginning. On the other, it has occasionally strained their relationships. Sibling rivalries that began over simple household chores or family traditions sometimes evolved into deeper tensions as the kids pursued careers, social recognition, and autonomy. Balancing a reality show and real life proved to be a complicated experiment, especially as the children aged and sought their own paths. Todd, ever the strategist, always believed in molding his children for success. But the same tools he used, rigorous expectations, constant comparison, a dash of performative bravado, may have also bred a sense of quiet rivalry among them. Julie, who often tried to mediate the emotional dynamics behind the scenes, has expressed awareness of how her own standards might have contributed to this competitive household culture. For her, though, competition wasn't about winning over others, it was about striving toward betterment. She hoped her children would take that interpretation to heart, even if the execution looked different. In many ways, the Chrisley's brand of competitiveness mirrors American ideals. In a country that prizes success, visibility, and influence, the Chrisleys simply turned their family into a microcosm of that system. Every family dinner, every vacation, every promotional partnership or public appearance could be traced back to some kind of subtle contest, even if it was just about who got the most laughs in a scene or who landed the next solo interview. The stakes weren't always explicit, but they were always there, yet through all the one-upmanship, there remains an undeniable loyalty. The Chrisleys argue, compete, and clash, but they also show up for one another. They celebrate each other's victories, even when they feel tinges of envy. And in the moments when their family has been tested, particularly through recent legal and financial troubles, it's that same fiercely competitive spirit that has turned inward to fight for unity, justice, and survival.